Let's talk Manchester United for now. Carver, you're tapping away news of the next transfer, but let's talk Edinson Cavani. For now, what do we know?
Well, good news for Manchester United supporters is that Ralf Rangnick on Thursday had a meeting with Edinson Cavani. And the situation with Edinson Cavani is that his contract runs out in the summer and he's been linked with a move to Barcelona. But apparently at this meeting, Edinson Cavani himself said to Ralf Rangnick, I want to stay at Manchester United. I'm not going to go anywhere during this window. I will be staying at United until the summer. And Ralf Rangnick has talked about this meeting. He said the meeting lasted about 30 minutes. And he said what was most impressive was that I didn't have to say to him, look, ignore all this interest from other clubs. We need you here at United. He himself, the player himself, came out and said, look, I'm fully committed. I want to stay at Manchester United. And the reason I say that's good news for United supporters is a lot of people would say that when he's fit, Edinson Cavani is by far and away United's best out-and-out striker. Of course, he's had a lot of injury problems, but when he's fit and when he's playing, they look much more dangerous going forward. So he is definitely staying until at least the summer.
And he is the only one who is the old-fashioned number nine. He's happy with his back to goal, isn't he?
And he's the target man, and he links up play. And you can tell just from watching him that, you know, he is somebody who knows how to play that role, and he just gives another dimension to Manchester United when he's playing. But of course, the problem has been that he has had mixed fortunes when it comes to injuries.
And as you've seen at the bottom of your screen, very likely he is in the starting lineup, Cavani, against Aston Villa tonight in the FA Cup tour. More about that in just a second. But what about any midfield arrivals this window? Realistic prospect or not?
Well, look, Manchester United, we know, are in the market for a midfielder. They were in the market for a midfielder in the summer. They were looking at players like Saul Niguez, who ended up at Chelsea, players like Eduard Camavinga, who ended up at Real Madrid. But I'm still told that the focus does remain on a summer transfer window. That's when Manchester United like to do their business. There have been exceptions, of course. Bruno Fernandes came in January and turned their season around. So maybe if they can bring someone in of that ilk who can change things around for United, they haven't ruled out bringing someone in during this transfer window. But they've always said, look, when you've got priority positions, and you've got a number of priority positions, it's very difficult to fill all of those in one transfer window. But there's lots of players, as you'd expect, that United are keeping an eye on. We've mentioned Ruben Neves of Wolves before. We've mentioned Marseille's Boubacar Kamara. There's also Monaco's Aurélien Tchouameni. Lots of different reasons why some might be easier to get than others. Neves and Tchouameni, their contracts are until 2024, so they'd probably command a higher transfer fee. Kamara, meanwhile, he's into the final 6 months of his contract, so he can sign a pre-contract agreement with a club outside France in this transfer window. Now, this is all against the backdrop of a certain Paul Pogba. Now, I'm told that his only focus is getting fitter and getting back playing for Manchester United following that injury he had with France. And it was reinforced to me today that there's been no further contract offer for Paul Pogba since the one that was offered to him last summer, which hasn't been accepted or rejected. It's just on the table. There's talk of £500,000 a week contracts. I'm told that that's categorically untrue, but it's increasingly likely that Pogba is likely to make his decision in the summer when he's got everything at his disposal, and also probably when he'll know who the new Manchester United manager is, because as much as people will say, well, this means he's leaving, he's not going to sign a new contract, I think one of the reasons he's holding fire as well, he wants to know who the next permanent manager of Manchester United is, because that contract is still on the table.
Carver, just a word on Axel Tuanzebe, who's a departure this month. Some interesting comments today.
Yeah, this is a very interesting story. His brother, who's also his agent, has come out and spoken about his move. Obviously, he's a Manchester United player. I think he's contracted to Manchester United until at least 2024. But
that was extended, wasn't it, in the summer when he went back to Villa?
And he's been on loan at Villa again, and he was playing quite regularly, but not every game, under Dean Smith. And then Dean Smith obviously left Villa, and he was replaced by Steven Gerrard. And once Steven Gerrard came in, I think Axel Tuanzebe only played something like 10 minutes of football under Steven Gerrard. And obviously he's now moved on loan to Napoli. And his brother, who's also his agent, has come out today and speaking to ESPN. He has kind of suggested that the reason he had to leave Aston Villa was that he wasn't getting any game time under Steven Gerrard because of his Manchester United connection. Now, obviously, everybody knows about Steven Gerrard and Liverpool and the rivalry between Liverpool and Manchester United. So Axel Tuanzebe's brother kind of suggesting that because Axel Tuanzebe is a Manchester United player, Steven Gerrard didn't want to play him. Now, I find that very hard to believe. I don't think Steven Gerrard would ever do that, but that is what Axel Tuanzebe's brother is suggesting. Having said that, there's a good ending to the story because Axel Tuanzebe's got a move to Napoli, and that's a dream move for him. Napoli are trying to win the Italian title for the first time, I think, since Diego Maradona was there. And they're doing very well at the moment. They're third in Serie A. So he's got a fantastic move as well. But I think he needs to have a word with his brother about what his brother thinks Steven Gerrard was up to.